So this is a sort of developer slash playthrough commentary, whatever, of my first ever Tomb Raider level called Tomb Raider: The Lost Tomb. As you can see, I am very imaginative when it comes to level names. So, I'm not sure to be bat or the panther. Nope. So the beginning bit, sliding down here. I always knew from the beginning that I wanted to do like a sliding down to enter the level sort of thing, as a lot of people tend to do, and like with a little bit of darkness at the back, so it's all mysterious and all that shit. This room went through quite a few changes. There's a bat and a panther hiding at the beginning, so we'll sort them out first. Where is he? I see him. But so yeah, this room, you see, was one of the first rooms that I designed. And I did this little water feature sort of thing, this little underwater scenery thing, quite late on, so I thought it looked cool. But I think, unfortunately, when people play it, they kind of just see it and think, "Oh, cool," but I don't really stop to look underwater. I would like to have added a little bit at the beginning where you go underneath, but yeah, that just didn't happen. So kind of come in and see these doors, and the idea is you've got to explore elsewhere to find the key to open this door to get further into the tomb to find the mysterious Ankh which Lara is hunting in this level. So you can see behind the vines there's a door, and the way you open the door is pulling this block out onto this pad here. Now when I watched somebody play through this level, they were very hesitant, because obviously something like this looks like death through the skull, but it doesn't kill you. So actually hit some pickups behind here, so we'll grab these and we'll pull this block out. So I'm going to record this in chunks, so there will be a few cuts here and there. There might be some additional cuts if I die as well, which might happen, probably will happen, because I'm recording and playing at the same time, so there's going to be a lot of ums and ers and ahs and stopping and thinking about what I'm going to say, because I'm not reading off a script. So, yeah, start by doing that, and then we can proceed into the next part of the level. One thing I screwed up on, I'll say I screwed up on, didn't really realise until I watched somebody playing through the level, is, and you can do this in a couple of places in the level. Let's jump back. Fuck you, platform. No, trapdoor even. And that, you can also do that a little bit later in the level, which kind of kills the suspense of the area, which is a bit of a bugger. So you fall down here and you land in this room here. I'm really proud of this room, still proud of this room now. It's very nicely decorated, with some centaur statues there, to kind of really put the fear of God in you. Just imagine if you had underwater centaurs. I think you could do that. And if you've got a keen eye, you'll see in the background, behind them grates, there's some shotgun shells on the right. And that's a secret, it gets here a little bit later. But for now, we'll just collect the shotgun shells, look at this room, and bail the fuck out before I run out of there. Go, go, go! That's two of them here. There we go. So this little corridor, this little platforming section anyway, this was, again, I made this very early into the level. So let's climb up here. So we kind of want to kill the bat first. So we want to get up here, which obviously that's lowered a little bit to prevent you just from climbing straight up. Part of me wonders if you can jump straight from there over to there. I don't know if I ever tested that. I'm going to give that a try. So a little bit of very cramped platforming here. There's some spikes. Make it very dangerous. So I think I made this slope and then that slanted so you couldn't just jump straight across. Yeah. This jump's a little bit of a bitch. This is probably where the first death's going to come in, isn't it? Nope. Oh. Little sting there. Do not want to fail this. Boom. And this is where I first learned how to use boulders. We'll be seeing a few more of them later on. So let's grab this medipack. So this room really took probably the longest to do. Just take care of these bats. Where is it? So yeah, this room, quite proud of this room. Let's grab these shotgun shells. Come on. Yep. So, I don't know why that's flickering the way it is. Well, that grate down there, that leads to a secret. We'll come back to that. There's a panther. So this room, where we've got this kind of wooden texture-ish, where Lara's head is, originally I wanted that to be a flip mat, or around there I wanted there to be a flip mat trigger, where this room would kind of collapse or cave in, and then behind there would be a waterfall which would fill this pool up. Originally this didn't have water in, and you see them blocks in the corner was where you could actually climb out. There wasn't originally water in here. There's going to be a flip map that you'd trigger a flip map, and then that would kind of cave in, expose a waterfall behind it, which would fill this up with water, and then you could kind of scale the waterfall behind there. That never ended up happening. I never really designed any of it. A little bit of it, but I never actually got it properly working, so I scrapped that idea, unfortunately. So this room, what we're looking for is the way through that door there. There's kitty cats guarding out there. There's a little bit of platforming. Go up here, and then you look over, and there's some trapdoors. Now, there is actually a bug where you can just go straight over to the trapdoors and just pull up. That's something I didn't realise until after I released it, and somebody reported it. I never bothered fixing it. Really couldn't be bothered. It's a very vine-covered area there. There was some funky collision going on while I was building it. Because this whole area is what's called a room in Tomb Raider, like level speak. When really it should have really been rooms stacked on top of rooms, and I think even the parts. So there's like another room above this on the outside, but that's also the same room. So I really kind of screwed myself up there. So the collision is kind of bucky on the other side of those walls, which I'll see if I can try and demonstrate a little bit later. So a lot of this I built while learning the editor at the same time. So a lot of what I learned, I kind of applied as I was building the level. Let's just save here. So, the... Crap. So the quote-unquote quality of the level design, of the level, changes as you kind of go through the level. Open this out there. There's a couple of like nice set pieces, so this room is one of them. There's a couple a little bit later on as well. So I walk through these spikes, get the shotgun shells. So now I've opened that trapdoor, we need to get out of here back into that main room, which we do by going through here. And this is just a simple through and through. There's a spike pit or something similar. I know there's a panther hiding around one of these corners, little bastard. I'm just going to run past him. And there is a spike pit there. Straight over. So these kind of steps, that little corridor, them set of corridors, they were just straight chucked in. Didn't put anything too complicated there. So that will open this door here, back into the main room. Now I've opened the trapdoor, you can do a little bit of platforming to get across. So bridges, these bridges... There's another bastard somewhere. Yep. So these bridges work a little bit strange in Tomb Raider, in the... You can see the camera there, it's... a side effect of me not, I guess, building the rooms correctly. So I think you could technically... I think there is a way that you can like, slide along this wall. I think if I remember, you can jump at this at a certain angle and just clip straight through this bit onto the other side. You can see that's just like paper thin, which is not ideal when you're building a level, because it can cause some issues. So yeah, bridges act a bit weird in that when you place them, you need to put a trigger underneath them. Otherwise, when you can go into the level, the bridge just appears on the ground. It's a bit strange. So yeah, this is all just one like room in Tomb Raider speak. That caused a few collision issues later on. Don't know where that is. Where did you go? You can see down there that gate's open, and we'll go there once we finish up here. So there's a panther in here somewhere. Let's trigger the bat, and we'll probably see that bat. There it is. And another bat. So I think this other bat, he's going to come through the wall. Quiet. Yeah, so I think if you stand at a certain angle, those bats will actually come through the wall because they're paper thin. Or they're like a layer. There's like no actual block separating them. Oh, there we go. We can see some more shenanigans over there. Over the camera. Yeah, it's just the way that I kind of screwed myself with building some of these. Yeah, spooky centaur statue, of course my boulders. So originally there were stairs here. I think I went through a few different iterations of this little area. At one point I think the centaur statue actually came to life. Then I removed that because it was just a little bit too much. And there's a bit of a skybox kind of thing going on there, which makes no sense whatsoever. Like you're in a tomb underground. Like why is there a skybox there? I don't know. Can see... Oh, right there. Nearly clipped through the wall. Let's see if we can do it. Ah, come on. Oh, nearly. Damn it. Ah, crap. Never mind. This corridor used to be a lot wider, and it used to be like a snaking path that you have to run and jump over some spike pits whilst dodging some falling ceilings. Over here. And found the path to walk through that block as well. Heal. Yeah, again, the way that I built this caused a lot of these collision issues, which you'll see, like Lara sliding along the wall, which she shouldn't be doing. But let's get the first out of 2 secrets. So I was quite proud of this room. Again, nonsensical skybox. Yeah, one thing I really like about the Egypt texture set is there's so much variety, because the textures are used in quite a few levels, and there's a variety of like decorative, like wall textures, but then also like rock and ground terrain textures, and there's a lot of like decorative meshes as well. Yeah, certainly helped giving a little bit of variety to the look. So this area, and not only does it have a nonsensical skybox, this area again used to be like a sneaking kind of path, so originally this little jump here, you'd have to jump over to that corner, and then you'd jump back over to that corner to get to the lever. But I had to remove that because of the paper thin walls thing was just causing too many collision issues, and you could just jump straight through the walls at some point. Or some points you could just jump straight clean through the walls, and I didn't really want to skip that, but so like yeah, you can see some bullshit here. But by this point I've kind of built myself into a corner a little bit, unfortunately, so I couldn't undo it without breaking a lot of the level where the last save. Ah, it's fine. Oops. Yeah, I couldn't really undo it without breaking a whole lot of the level. Yeah, which sucked. But I was learning the editor at the same time while I was building this. So yeah, I give myself a little bit of leeway there, but not too much. So you're gonna see the camera get really messed up at some points around here. Dead again! Fuck's sake, I'm just gonna speed this bit up in post. Okay, bullshit aside, we're back here. So now we've opened that door over there where the kitty cats were. We're gonna go check out this bit here. This gate's opened. Where this gate is opened is going to bring us to behind here. And I was really proud of this little camera angle shot that I've got, and I'm going to see if I can cause a void here, because you can void. Ah, damn it. I want to see if I can do it intentionally. Ah, never mind. No, you can void through there, which is quite dangerous. Yeah, it was quite proud. I think I did that secret quite late into building the level. Still, yeah, quite proud of that. I think it looked really good. So here's another room which I had a lot of fun building. You can see the flames have turned off, so some shenanigans. Oh shit. That might not be quick enough. Nailed it. So you can actually soft lock here by not picking that key up. Yeah, which is kind of crap. Then something I just scared the shit out of me. Forgot about that. Something I didn't actually end up fixing. There's quite a few things I didn't fix really. This is like another trapdoor section, but also another part again where you can just pull the lever and backflip out of it. But I'm not going to do that. Okay, this is weird. So sometimes there's a weird bug where there's a floating flame there, but here there isn't. So I don't know what's happening there. As you see, the room's collapsed, caved in. Gotta get the hell out. I think you actually have to go on that little... Oh no, I can make that jump. Yeah, that area's caved in, can't get there anymore. So drop in here. This bit I didn't really like. I don't like this symmetrical terrain area. It just doesn't fit. I don't really like it. This room, however, I really like. I really liked how this bit turned out. I'm not going to kill the crocs because we'll be here for 1,000 years, but... Originally this room stretched through to the left area there as well. You can probably see like a little seam where it originally was, but this big area is basically just the same room but mirrored. I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do with such a big area. So where that third room was, through that bit there, I just cut that out. Off crocodiles. Fuck. So that actually opens up the gate, which is up here. So I couldn't really figure out anything I wanted to do, puzzle or otherwise, so I just made it look like one nice big room. I'm just going to go for another swim, just to show it off a little bit. But yeah, I like the big grand kind of look of it. He's having the time of his life. I don't know what he's doing. We should go join him. Yeah. I really liked the scale of this. Again, because there's such a nice variety of textures. Get some nice looks. Without a lot of the textures like seemingly repeating. Let's grab this. So this area I added quite late on in building the level. Again, this was even before I figured out the idea of rooms over rooms. So this is actually one great big massive room. So yeah, this is just one great big room in context of the editor. Which I apologise for if anybody builds levels and happens to be watching this. Thinks, what the fuck was he thinking? I wasn't. because I hadn't really figured out how to do rooms over rooms. Not properly anyway. But yeah, this was one of the last rooms that I added, because I wanted some sort of vertical kind of looking section. So yeah, this is what I came up with, basically. Just gonna push this block over here. Just gonna open up that trapdoor, which was underwater. So this room didn't really, just straight up didn't go through really any iterations at all. This was kind of a one shot in terms of building it. I just built it all in one go, really. It was because it was getting towards, it was one of the last rooms that I built for the level, and I was getting a little bit tired of working on it. A little bit frustrated with some of the issues I was having, which was purely down to my lack of knowledge and learning of the editor. So yeah, I got a little bit frustrated and kind of just slapped it together. Regardless, I think it still came out quite nice. So this is basically just like a big climb. Not there yet. It's basically just like a big climb around the outside to get to the top. So since we have that tomb key to open the door at the beginning, we just need to get back now. And then got to get some obligatory boulder action. There's another one. There's quite a few boulders. So just scroll over here. Now you can see kind of like a few different like corridors and such. I could have done better with the lighting, like made them corridors a little bit darker, like the one I just came out of on the right. You can see it's a bit dark, but then that's really light. Yeah, lighting could have done with being quite a bit better. This jump's a little bit of a bitch. But you've got to get into that little cubby there, a little alcove, so what you want to do is grab at the last minute so she doesn't bonk and fall back. Again, this jump's a little bit of a pain as well. Just save here. Nope. Screwed that up completely. That should be a bit better. There we go. So I did like, I liked this little bit as well, this little climb. The little standing jumps. Quite dangerous jumps. Just another hop over here. See, we're gaining some altitude, getting further up. And I can kind of see just over there, that's where we need to be going. Let's get over there. Yeah, this could have done with being lit a little bit better. This bit is quite cruel, because you can't see, coming up over this ledge, you can't see anything, but there's just death, and that's a slide down into death. And then, obviously, there's more death rolling. Check that. Come on. This is a little bit of a pesky jump. There we go. Send it over here. And back up, send it over here. This bit's going to be a pain. I'm going to save, scum the shit out of this. Nailed it. There we go. And obviously if you fall, it's straight down to the drink, and then if you haven't saved, then you're fucked. And you're doing it all again. It's like that. There it is. This bit was a little bit evil intentionally. Because... nice camera. This first little bit here where Lara's head is, that isn't a bit that you can grab. You need to actually run, jump, and grab the kind of second gap, or the second tile onwards. So that's a little bit evil, I think. Intentionally evil. So now we've got that tomb key, we can skedoodle back through here to get back to the beginning where the door was, and we can enter the tomb proper. Also, gotta get some of them in. It's a very symmetrically textured corridor. There's a lot of symmetrical texturing throughout this level, which, looking back on, especially that big vertical room, there we go, back at the start. If you really wanted to screw yourself over, you could just go all the way back through there and then kind of all the way back through again, but then you could soft lock yourself. When you get back to the room with like the bridges and the trapdoor that you could kind of just climb through, where there's that door that leads into the lava area, you can't get through there because the flick map's caved it in. So if you do go that way and then save, you're soft locked. So we use the key here. So this area was one of the first bits I actually designed, built even, so much designed. There wasn't the door here originally, you could just go up through here. And there's these little bastards. These are the exploding, but the ones that don't shoot at you, they just explode. So if you just keep back flicking, usually you can just blast them. Oh, they do shoot. So you've seen the centaur statues, now we've seen the actual Atlanteans, or the mummies. Should give you an idea of what's going to come up a little bit later. So we're going to grab these. There's some more up here. Yeah. Not really an awful lot to say about this room. I think this originally had a very curved ceiling. I don't know why I changed it to flat. I think curved would have looked a little bit nicer, but yeah, that's what it is. So we want to go this way. There's a switch down here to pull. Which will open the gate across the way. Just watch out for the Ember Boss. Yeah, that's the lava texture from Tomb Raider 3, which I really like. I don't know why it's all got the same kind of shimmery texture. I went a little bit overboard there. Like the lava bubbling kind of animation in the middle of the texture. I think I went a bit overboard with putting them all like that. And I could be wrong, but I don't think you can really hear the lava bubbling either. So I guess that's something I could have improved on, or whatever. So let's proceed through here. Oh, there is boulders. shit to me. Originally, this little corridor here, again, this is one of the earlier parts that I built. There was actually, at one point, I did have like a corridor that was like a bit further down, and there was a place you could kind of fake grab backwards into like a little alcove, go around the outside, and then pick up some magnums, and then drop down from the top. And that would have been another secret, but that... Oh, nice try. Sorry about that, I think there's another one as well. Okay, I'll skip the trigger for that one. But because there's not that many enemies, I didn't see the point in giving the player the magnums as well as the shotgun. So this part with the bottomless pits and the bridges, this was about halfway into the level. So I really enjoyed building this part as well. I like the slopes on the side. I like the job I did with the textures. I was quite proud of this part. This, however, you've got to do a standing, like a run and jump. If you try and grab, she'll fall and die. But this part, you've got to do a run and jump and grab. Cute. I think there's another one as well. Yeah, some more stuff. I think you can jump over there. I think I did put some pickups on the outside, like over on the other ledges, but removed them. And it's like not really logical for there to be like a tree kind of growing over there, like, but then it's too rare, so is anything logical? Again, yeah, I kind of liked how this bit turned out. I was pretty chuffed. This bit's going to be funny. So there's this little knobhead here. He's going to land on the bridge. But what he doesn't know about the bridge is he just falls straight through it. So he's now stuck down there at the end of time. I'll see you later, mate. Just go up here. And a lot more symmetrical texturing on the kind of ceiling of the slopes when you're coming down. I don't really like that, but it's what it is. Nonsensical skybox again. A lot of these decorations I added towards the end of building this level. Another little swimming section. Nothing fancy. And more bullshit skyboxes. But probably could have got away with not giving you as much shotgun ammo as I did. I suppose it just helps with some of the mummies and some shenanigans we'll see a little bit later. Yeah, kind of basic. What do we here? This bit I kind of liked as well. So now we're kind of, it's not really, it doesn't really look like a tomb as such. It's more just generic underground area with lava and traps, number 5. And there's some ceilings there as well. Ceiling, whatever. Yep. Yep. Ah, embers. Oh, that was close. So I remember this area. Originally in this area, that was kind of barricaded off or like caved in so you couldn't get through. And there was a little hole in the wall there. You'd have to jump. I think you had to like jump down to there, and then kind of go through, up and around and above, and then it would lead you out on the other side here. I'm not too sure why I got rid of that. I think there was quite a few like things like that I had an idea of, like little caved-in area you'd have to kind of go around. That I think I eventually ended up just bidding the idea off for. So I was getting closer to finishing building this level. Then we're in the last rooms. So, centaur statues. Again, I like how this room turned out. Some kind of plain ceiling. I could have done with some raised bits, lowered bits to give an idea of like a bit more of a broken down tomb. But it looks very preserved. Let's go up here. Oops. So we've got these steps. And here's the Lara was looking for. Pistols. That's another bug. Dewey. Come on, you bastard. And all that's left to do is this lever. Yeah, these two doors here, they were holding the panthers. Fuck knows how the panthers survived. I don't know. So yeah, again, I like the variety of the Egypt textures. Because there's quite a few levels that use this texture set in Tomb Raider 1. It's handy. Again, more of this symmetrical texture crap. I really overdid that. Just time to jump right. Come on there. One more save. Because this one's a little bit of a bastard. Oh. Final spike pit. Fuck you. Oh shit. I meant to back up. Ah well. You spike pit. That's it. Pull the lever. It's a nice little starry night sky box thing. Like simple cliffs kind of around the side. Again, very symmetrical textures. It's a bit weird, but that's it. Just a few kills. There's probably some bats. I left one of the one of the Atlanteans I couldn't kill because he fell. Yeah, 41 minutes. It's about normal. Maybe about 45, maybe even 50 if it's the first time playing. I think it came out quite good for the first level I've ever made. Yeah, I was quite proud of it. Came out towards the end of 2023. And then I'm making a video like a year and a bit later on it, but it's whatever. So shortly after I made this and released it, I started to work on a Tomb Raider 2 level set, trying to use a little bit of what I'd learned already. Realizing that I still had a lot to learn, I started work on a few Tomb Raider 2 levels. It's part of a level Yeah, a 4-level set. So a set of 200 levels, 202 levels, 4 levels in the set. Kind of got a couple of things built, but not really anything substantial at all. And then I kind of dropped the level editor for a little while. And then I picked it back up again at the beginning of this year. Well, around the beginning of this year. And I've slowly been working on a new Tomb Raider 1 level. So it's going to be a single level. It's going to be Cistern-themed. Well, it is Cistern-themed. It's about halfway done. So I think what I'm going to do is do another kind of video like this with this new level, and then release that. I'll put that video up alongside the level when it's finished, instead of recording a video over a year later. So yeah, that was The Lost Tomb. Links in the description if you want to give it a play. Leave me reviews, whatever, good, bad, don't care. Criticism, please, welcome. I'll welcome it. Again, I was learning the editor while I was making this. There's a lot of mistakes I've made. A lot of things I could have done better. Even looking at this end screen, there's the cliff textures. They're just too symmetrical. I don't like it. A lot of the collision issues with the walls, I just glossed over that and changed the level to fix it instead of building it right, I guess, the first time. But it is what it is when you're learning something like this for the first time. So yeah, hopefully next level will be a little bit more consistent. No weird skyboxes. So yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.